Good morning. This is Chloe Dawn, joining Giovanni Gallucci on the Food and Beverage Trend Report.
Morning, Chloe. Wednesday deep dive.
3 stories, and I promise none of them are prebiotic soda again.
You said that last week, too.
And I meant it. 1. GLP-1 is quietly rewriting the entire grocery cart. 2. The sweetener aisle just split into 2 roads at once. 3. The GRAS loophole is closing, and most brands have no idea what's actually in their own formula. Let's go.
Start with GLP-1. Everybody covers the drug. Nobody covers what it does to the cart.
That's the story. Functional food and beverage is projected past $300 billion by the early 30s, and the 3 engines this year are protein, gut health, and GLP-1. The drug is a category driver now, not a side note.
Walk me through the physiology because that's where the product decisions live.
A GLP-1 user eats less. Satiety hits early, appetite drops, portions shrink. So every bite has to carry more nutrition than it used to. Volume eating is dead for this shopper. Density is the whole game.
Which flips the entire playbook. The industry spent 30 years engineering food to make you eat more of it.
Right. The bliss point, the bottomless bag. That whole science is now pointed at the wrong customer. The brands built on overconsumption are structurally on the wrong side of this.
So who's moving and who's faking it?
Nestle put out Vital Pursuit, a whole line badged as a GLP-1 companion. Conagra slapped GLP-1 friendly labeling on existing meals. And here's my problem. Most of it is repositioning, not reformulating.
Define the difference for the operator.
A reposition is a new sticker on the same frozen tray. A reformulation changes what's in the tray. High protein to hold muscle, real fiber for the digestion the drug slows down, electrolytes for the nausea. If the formula didn't change, the badge is theater.
And the indie can out-execute Nestle here because the indie reformulates in a quarter and Nestle reformulates in 2 years.
That's the opening. Designed for the shrinking stomach on purpose. Smaller portion, nutrient-dense, and speak to the unglamorous side effects nobody markets to. Constipation, muscle loss, flat energy. Name them. That's trust the multinational won't touch because their lawyers won't let them.
3 things to do this week. 1. Re-engineer for density, not volume. Nutrition per ounce is your new spec sheet. The big bag is a liability for this shopper.
2. Build for the side effects out loud. Fiber for digestion, electrolytes for the nausea, 30 grams of protein to hold muscle. Say what it is for in plain words.
3. Do not print GLP-1 friendly unless the formula earned it. The claim scrutiny lane is opening, and a founder-led physiology story beats a borrowed badge every time.
Second story. The sweetener aisle just split into 2 roads and you have to pick one.
Lay out both roads.
Road 1 is the swing back to real cane sugar, away from high fructose corn syrup and away from artificials. Road 2 is the natural non-sugar frontier, monk fruit blended with allulose and stevia. 2 opposite answers to the same problem.
What's the problem they're both solving?
Sugar is out, and artificial sweeteners now read as the opposite of clean. So you either make sugar itself the clean story, or you find a sweetness that isn't sugar and isn't synthetic. There's no comfortable middle anymore.
Cane sugar road first. Who's on it?
The big reformulations are loud about it. Real cane sugar on the front, no artificial sweeteners on the back. Even the new prebiotic cola from the largest player runs 5 grams of cane sugar and 0 artificials. Cane sugar became a clean label flag.
Which is a little absurd out loud. Sugar as the health halo.
It's cane sugar theater when the rest of the product is still ultra-processed. But for a genuinely simple, indulgent heritage product, real sugar is an honest story and the shopper believes it.
Now the other road. Why allulose specifically?
Allulose is the best tool in the box right now, and it has a regulatory tailwind nobody is pricing in. The FDA excludes allulose from total and added sugars on the label. Sweetness that doesn't count against your added sugar line and doesn't spike blood glucose.
Say that again for the founders, because that's a labeling cheat code.
It is. Allulose tastes like sugar, behaves like sugar in the mouth, and legally is not counted as added sugar on your panel. Blend it with monk fruit to round the profile, and you have clean sweetness with front-of-pack math that sells itself.
And it ties straight back to GLP-1. That shopper reads every label for one question. Does this spike me?
Allulose and monk fruit pass that test. The old artificials fail it now. Not on the science necessarily, but on the vibe. And the vibe is what's on the shelf. 3 moves. 1. Pick your lane and commit. Heritage and indulgent goes cane sugar. Functional and better for you goes allulose-led. The brand straddling both with a blend nobody trusts loses to both.
2. If you go allulose, lock supply this quarter. It's the regulatory favored sweetener and demand is about to outrun capacity. Secure the input before everyone else reads the same memo.
3. Put the glucose answer on the pack in plain language. The diabetic adjacent and GLP-1 shopper is doing that math anyway. Do it for them and you own the consideration set. Third story, and this is the one most operators are sleeping on, the GRAS loophole.
Define GRAS for anyone who's never sat through a regulatory meeting.
Generally recognized as safe. It's the pathway that lets a company decide on its own that an ingredient is safe and put it in food without ever telling the FDA. Self-affirmed GRAS. You hire your own panel, bless your own ingredient, ship it.
And that loophole is in the crosshairs now.
HHS directed the FDA to write rules to close the self-affirmed pathway. The push is to require public notification before a novel ingredient enters the food supply. It is the MAHA agenda meeting the ingredient panel, and it's coming.
Here's what's interesting. That loophole has always quietly favored big food. They have the R&D labs and the in-house toxicologist to self-affirm a new ingredient overnight.
Exactly. Closing it actually levels the field for the transparent indie who's already disclosing everything. But I'll call it straight. The compliance cost could also crush a tiny brand that can't afford the dossier. It cuts both ways.
So what's the exposure for an operator carrying novel ingredients right now?
If your formula leans on a self-affirmed adaptogen, a novel sweetener, a functional additive, and you can't produce the safety file behind it, you're carrying a liability into your next print run. That's the audit to run this month.
And the natural flavors black box is part of this.
It's the biggest part. Natural Flavors is a catch-all that can hide dozens of undisclosed components. In a disclosure-first world, that black box reads as a red flag. The brands naming their actual flavor source are about to look very smart.
So transparency stops being a marketing nicety and becomes a regulatory head.
That's the whole shift. The clean operator who already publishes everything just had their homework turned into a moat. 3 takeaways to close. 1. Inventory every self-affirmed GRAS ingredient in your formula and confirm you can produce the safety dossier. If you can't, that ingredient is a liability, not a feature.
2. Retire natural flavors as a catch-all. Name the source on the label. The disclosure wave will make the vague version look like a cover-up.
3. The quarter outplay. Get ahead of mandatory notification and publish your full ingredient safety file. We disclose everything as a trust position a multinational can't copy fast, and it's free.
That's the show. GLP-1 is rewriting the cart. The sweetener aisle split in 2. The GRAS loophole is closing. Chloe, good run.
Good week. The allulose supply window is the one I'd act on first. It closes quietly.
If you run clean label food or beverage and want this kind of read every week, this is the work I do. Reach me at gallucci.net or gallucci.net on the socials. Subscribe on Apple or Spotify. We will see you next Wednesday.